guess who's back? You still smell up on me clothes, up on me rose, upon me guards, upon me wares, upon me clots. It's your boy S.J. Screwface John, Fizza. The illest in Nebraska. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call me, just don't call me collect. Yeah. Ha! So, I wanted to do another discussion piece video. You know what I mean? I wanted to do just a, you know what I mean? What's it called? Actually, do I want to do that? There's a couple things I want to do. Alright, well. Dang, you catching me in real time, because first what I was going to do is make one kind of video, like a discussion video, and then I pulled up some stuff and saw some things like, dang, I kind of want to do these. Okay. Eminem versus Jay-Z. That's what we're going to do. M versus J. Now, who is the GOAT? Who is the greatest of all time? Because on the last J song I did, that was a question that was brought up. You know? And I said J the GOAT. Some other people said M the GOAT. And people like, so who is the real GOAT? Who is the greatest of all time? And to keep it a band, it's a good conversation to have. It's a good debate. It's a good argument. Because there's so many different aspects. Now, before I start this, you know, this is just supposed to be a conversation between the Screw Society, you know, y'all, all the people who watch my reactions, you know, fans of hip hop. So we ain't here to attack anybody or make anybody feel crazy. We just here to say our piece. My people ask me this, and I always say Jay is my favorite. Let's just take the cat out the bag. To me, Jay is the GOAT, but Eminem is a GOAT in a different way. Eminem, to me, though he has a lot of technical success, like he has success, a lot of it, like more success than most rappers. Like, have you seen some of his shows? Have you seen how many albums he sells? He's one of the upper echelons. He's one of the greats. He's on the Mount Rushmore. But I feel like an element that M is missing, and maybe not necessarily missing, but he's using to speak to a different group of people who isn't like, who I don't relate to as much. You know what I mean? So, my bad, I'm in the middle of trying to pull up some facts here. But yeah, so to me, Eminem is technically one of the greatest. I don't think Jay is technically as good as Eminem when it comes to flipping words, putting words on paper, matching up syllables, doing ill stuff. But in the same vein, because you know how I always say there's multiple ways to be dope, right? There's the technicality of Eminem's, where it's the super multisyllabic, it's the acoustics in your ear, you can hear the syncopations, you can hear the different couplets and the bars and things where you say, I'm something like something, like, you know? When M is a very, y'all act like you never seen a white person before, jaws all on the floor, like Pammy and Tommy just burst in the door and he started whooping the raps worse than before, just cursing her, suing her over furniture. Now, technically, that's crazy. What he's talking about is, that's my point, but what he's talking about is Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson Lee's divorce. Just kind of nonsensical stuff. It was dope. When you hear it, it's dope, right? But when Jay says, I don't walk around with a gun because that's the style. I walk around one because I ain't trying to miss my child. Till my unborn son is brung, I'm trying to be around. Until then, listen to the sound. Blow. There's something about that. There's something, and y'all know how I respect that cool factor. There's something about a clean punchline to me that is iller than a super complex punchline. Something just better to me, where it just lands easier on the ear. So I feel like Jay's a little bit, verse-wise, a little bit better to digest. Now, We could speak on Renegade. I'll say it like this. I think M had the best verses, but I think people also kind of disrespect how hard Jay was going. I think a lot of people sleep on that because M was going so wild, but Jay was wigging too. You know, there's a reason why Jay reached out to M to put him on this record. He was like, you one of the biggest artists right now. I'm one of the biggest artists ever. Let's get together. Let's do this. We both illy. One thing that I appreciate Jay for is that a lot of people look at Jay as just like vain, right? As his music is vain, as he just talking about balling. I mean, before 444, they're like, he just talking about balling. He just doing this. He just doing that. He ain't a real blah, blah, blah. He ain't making real music because blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Or he ain't helping anybody because he just pooping on everybody, talking about how much money he got. And I couldn't think that couldn't be further from the truth. Jay makes confidence building music. If you hear Jay's music and you don't like it because he's talking about what he's done or what he aspires to do, then there's some sort of insecurity in you, because it's not like Jay just saying random stuff. He says stuff and then he does it. He rapped about being a part of the Mets organization before he's part of it. He raps about Ace of Spades. He raps about... So I know a lot of the time people, when they're depressed, like to listen to other depressed music because it's confirmation bias and it makes them feel better to be like, okay, I should be depressed. And it makes them fall deeper into depression, which they like. Me, what I've learned is H to the Izzo does way more for me when I'm feeling depressed than cleaning out my closet. I almost think like when you listen to music that is depressing when you're depressive, it makes you more depressed, and somehow that brings you comfort. But I've pulled myself out of certain days of feeling horrible. Of course, like depression's like a long, overarching thing that doesn't just end, but some days when it's really acting up something fierce, you know, I don't listen to like slow music. I listen to pure J. I listen to H to the Izzo. I listen to PSA. I listen to Watch the Throne. You know, that big music. That's what Jay has done for me, and it's built my confidence a lot. You know, I mess with Jay tough for that. M is great too, but he doesn't give that same vibe to me, you know? There's different things that I can pull from each of these people to say why they're great, but to me, like, Jay is the GOAT. Jay is the GOAT, and it's a conversation, it's a debate that you can have forever. It's a debate that you can go back and forth in. Is it money? Is it accolades? Is it lyrical ability? Is it beefs? What makes you the greatest? It's hard between M and J. I've always been back and forth between M and J. But I will say that there is a few... Okay, I'll put it this way. As a black person, there are a few things that Jay-Z has done that's literally helped me almost directly, like very directly, right? Like, as a black musician, a black artist, there's things that I've watched Jay do. Like, studying Jay's career can actually help you build business. Studying M's career may help you be a better artist, but studying Jay's career will help you be a better businessman. At the end of the day, that's what this is about, you know? He's almost worth $1 billion, and he ain't never really had to give up what he was. He ain't have to stop rapping about Marcy. He was just on the Drug Dealers Anonymous. You know what I mean? Like, not just on it, but like, he's still talking about, you know what I mean? What'd he say? Who the chief? Who's Lion King? Got gorillas in the effing coop finna F up the zoo. Come on, man. And I also think that though both of their, to me, skill and passion has deteriorated over the years just from natural wear and tear, I honestly think from where they started to where they are now, Jay is closer to his original form, to his prime, than M is. But in all fairness, being Jay and Jay's prime is not hard. Like, being Jay and Jay's prime is hard, but the ability, the technical ability is not really, it doesn't take, it's more about what I'm saying than how I'm saying it. M is about how he's saying it and what he's saying. And physically, after a while, it becomes harder as you get older to go. It gets hard to do that. So it's gonna be harder for him to maintain that as Jay. But that's why the forum is open. I did this video because I want y'all to know I'm about to start doing a lot more Jay-Z videos. I think I got a few freestyles coming up tomorrow that I want to do. Y'all put in the comment section below, man. Let's have a good conversation. Who is the best, M or J? Who have the best verse on Renegade, M or J? Who is the GOAT, M or J? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell button. I got a new single coming out soon, you know what I mean? But for the meantime, in between time, make sure you stream my single, Bullets, on all streaming platforms. I'm gonna put the video at the end of this video. I hope y'all go check it out. My name is Screw, I'm pretty freaking awesome, but I wouldn't be anything without you. That's J Nation. And I love you. Peace.
If the master should ever take his love from me,
Yeah.
I can see myself.
Rapid fire all summer, nigga. Dr. Strange, nigga. Look, it's all facts when I spit it, you know the shit's proper. The God's back, he still got the scars from the stigmata. I'm Chris Wallace, they try to pop us but never got us. R.I.P. to everyone over there, we just getting started. Prince the Child of the Panther ain't even pounced yet. I'm getting hate from some shit I ain't even announced yet. The summer's off for Exhibit A, you can count this, cause I'm about to take it to places ain't even found yet. Cause ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. If they want bullets, I want bullets. Might get in my dirty bag and just wash all you niggas. Still got a whole album that I could drop on you niggas. I see a lot of niggas and fizz as they father figure. I'm putting off for you niggas, but no I can off you niggas. I'm cool. When I was gone, you niggas was loud full of curves, but I'm back. And niggas act like a bunch of mice in the church. Matter of fact, I take it back cause you niggas cry over words. Cause I know that you just hurt and you probably die for a verse and you need it. Cause ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. If they want bullets, I want bullets. Cause ain't no mercy for them no more. Ain't no mercy for them no more. Cause ain't no mercy for them no more. If they want bullets, I want bullets. You see, what the problem is, the majority of us is already hurt. But we feel as if we reveal that, then that exposes weakness. But honestly, it's the strongest thing we could possibly do. Face. Look, I had this pressure when I started. Hometown hero, never forgot where the heart is, but now he feels heartless. So cold that it's nearly frost because I wasn't fucking cautious. Last year, I nearly lost it, but he keep on rocking. Just know that he never stopping. When he dearly departed, he can't be merely forgotten. I know that I lost it. Still look around for a lost chick. His heart still stops when he think of her in the first. Like a curse and he can't reverse it. The verse sick, but so much truth in the boot that it hurts. Shit. And do you know what the worst is? I don't even know what I did to deserve this. That's what keeps on making it hurt, kid. Guess I'm not a regular person, but this anger could bring the worst in anybody that's hurt.